from the National Constitution Center in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
So I was raised as a middle-class kid.
Can you clarify tonight?
Yet again, I said it at the beginning of this debate, you're going to hear a bunch of lies.
In many cases owned by China.
Therapy for my therapy.
Biden, by the way,
President
gets paid
Trump,
a lot of money.
Thank you. We have a lot of issues to get to.
We'll be right back with much more of this historic ABC News presidential debate from the National Constitution Center right here in Philadelphia. Back in a moment.
The ABC News presidential debate will continue after this.
We are working tirelessly around the clock for our listeners.
My favorite cheesy fish crackers.
Here again, David Muir.
You recently said of Vice President Harris, quote, "I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black." I want to ask a bigger picture question here tonight. Springfield, Ohio, and
Ohio? A lot of towns don't want to talk about it because they're so embarrassed by it.
you watched it unfold on television.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats, they're eating
ABC News did reach out to the city manager there.
They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country, and it's a shame.
He told us there have been no credible reports of specific claims of pets being harmed in all
Well, I've
this.
seen people on television.
Let me just say here, this is
The people on television say my dog was taken and used for food. She gave all that stuff up very wrongly, very horribly, and everybody's laughing at it, okay? They're all laughing at it.
Being productive, and then it hits you.
EIGH%.
My values have not changed.
I know you say that your values have not changed, so then why have so many of your policy positions changed?
So my values have not changed, and I'm going to discuss every one of at least every point that you've made. But in particular, what is important is that I absolutely support, and over the last 4 years as vice president, tried through force to change territorial boundaries, to defy one of the most important international rules and norms, which is the importance of sovereignty and territorial integrity. So let's talk about what is important in this race. It is important that we move forward, that we turn the page. It's time to turn the page. Let's turn the page on this.
I especially like the turn the page part. That always takes me by surprise.
Let's not go back.
So just a yes or no, you still do not have a plan?
If you want to really know, I have a plan. Let's talk about our plans and let's compare the plans.
She copied Biden's plan.
I have a plan.
She doesn't have a plan. Take a look at her plan. She doesn't have a plan.
You have no plan. I have a plan.
And just to finish off, she doesn't have a plan.
What is your plan today?
Well, as I said, you're going to hear a bunch of lies, and that's not actually a surprising fact. Let's understand how we got here.
It was a wild time, and I was a wild chick.
Wait a minute. I'm talking now. If you don't mind, please. Does that sound familiar?
I'm really proud of everything I've done. Almost.
I just want to clarify here.
I shared with him American intelligence about how he could defend himself.
I probably took a bullet to the head.
Which understand what that means. A survivor of a crime of violation to their body does not have the right to make a decision about what happens to their body next.
Which, of course, we all know is a cornerstone of our democracy.
They're the threat to democracy with a fake Russia investigation
We do have a lot
that
to get.
went nowhere.
We have a lot to get to. Lindsay?
Vice President, what is your plan today?
I'm going to tell you all in this debate tonight, you're going to hear from the same old tired playbook. A bunch of lies, grievances, and name-calling.
Truth in these times that we're living in.
We're going to turn now to the tragedy of the Obama estate in Martha's Vineyard.
Welcome back to this historic ABC News presidential debate tonight. We're going to continue here.
It was a different term, and it could lead to World War III. Don't kid yourself, David. We're playing with World War III, and we have a president that we don't even know if he's... Where is our president? We don't even know if he's a president.
And just to clarify
they
here,
threw him out of a campaign like a dog. We don't even know. Is he our president? But we have a president,
Mr. President,
that doesn't know he's alive.
Your time is up.
And then not allowed to defend.
You'll be all right. I'll be all right.
Well, why don't you sharpen this?
Let's chart a course for the future and not go backwards to the past. And be clear on that point. If he didn't make it clear already.
The question was about you as president.
I made that very clear in 2020. The true measure of the leader is the leader who actually understands beating people down and name-calling with no guardrails.
Quiet, please. And then they say, oh, he's a criminal. They're the ones that made them go after me.
200 Republicans who have formerly worked with President Bush, Mitt Romney, and John McCain, including former Vice President Dick Cheney and Congress member Liz Cheney, and $6,000.
She did things that nobody would ever think of.
Came up a little bit short. Is there anything you regret about what you did on that day? Can you clarify tonight?
Yet again, I said it at the beginning of this debate, you're going to hear a bunch of lies, grievances, and name-calling.
This ABC News presidential debate from Philadelphia. Back in a moment.
The ABC News presidential debate.
The American dream
is a fantasy.